Gyan versus Bhakti. Let us discuss whether is it comparable also or not. Gyan Marg means trying to achieve ultimate through intellect and trying to be that with being that. That is Bhakti. The Gyan Marg needs intellect, intelligentsia, analyzing power, trying to analyze each and every action, each and every word, each and every situation. And it requires all the time awareness. Awareness means being aware to each and every aspect of surrounding, happening. So, if one wants to go through Gyan Marg, through knowledge, through intellect, so one has to be very careful, very alert, very, very attentive all the time, trying to be aware on every moment, every action, and thinking in so many dimensions. That is Gyan Marg. One evaluates, one analyzes, sometimes criticizes, sometimes, compares. So these are many, many things which intellect does. And of course, doubts. So many dimensions, so many things, so many fields. So many things are involved in Gyan Marg. So Gyan Marg takes you to the ultimate. Of course it can take, but it requires so many things. So many things. So one, like there are many students who are very fond of mathematics and they are very good in mathematics. All arithmetic or algebra and geometry and this and that. And they go in a different manner. Their temperament is different. Their attitude is different. They indulge in a different way with the problem. So they have a different mindset. So they are comfortable with those figures, with those fighting with figures, enjoying the figures. So they enjoy that branch. But those who are not indulged in that field, their temperament, their tendencies, their approach is different. They don't want to go on intellect level. So the second level means second aspect of achieving that is they go not through intellect, they go through emotions. And emotions going and achieving that ultimate through emotions is a direct path. We can say that this is the pathless path because no intellect is involved here. If we remember a beautiful story of Udho itna kahiye ऊंचाई. Udho itna kahiye ऊंचाई. When Gopika Udho was sent to Gopikas, then he could realize what bhakti is. Big analytical power, big approaches, they all stand nowhere in the field of bhakti. So, going or achieving through emotions, bhakti, absolute surrender, that is a direct path or pathless path. There is no distance between the bhakt and the object and the subject. The goal and the source and the object and the subject. The subject who is trying to achieve that and the object which has to be achieved. So this is like there are three things, Rishi, Devata and Chandas. Rishi means observer, Devata means process of observation, and Chandas means that object which is to be observed. And when all the three are emerged from that totality, and when they merge in totality, because they emerge from totality, so when they merge to totality, that is called Sammita. Sammita means everything together, togetherness. So Bhakti Marg, that is the way of absolute surrender. And that is the shortest path. Nothing, there is no need to fight, no need to analyze, no need to evaluate. When a bhakt is doing bhakti, then there is nothing to be analyzed, nothing to be evaluated, nothing to be seen from different angles. That is absolute surrender. And there, drops becomes ocean. That consciousness of a bhakt, it merges immediately. If a bhakti, if a bhakt realizes and the bhakti happens in a bhakt, then it is a sudden path, it is a quick path, it is pathless path. It happens very naturally that bhakt merges with the totality or the God or the consciousness which is ultimate. So Bhakti Marg is very simple, very effortless, because bhakti is not effort, bhakti is absolutely surrender. In Gyan Marg, in the process of knowledge through intellect, efforts are involved. But in bhakti, there is no effort involved. The effortless effort, that is spontaneity, absolute surrender. So this is a very sweet path. This is path of absolute surrender, which doesn't require any action, but goes beyond action, because bhakt merges into the totality and the life become being. It is not doing, because going through Gyan Marg, that is doing and efforts. Every moment, everybody is aware of the action, evaluation of action, thought process of analyzing and criticizing and evaluating every action. But in Bhakti Marg, that is absolute surrender. So it is going with the flow. And as the bhakt is absolutely aligned with that totality, that is flawless flow. Then it flows with the flow. It flows with the flow. So this is a beautiful path. The one who is made for that, or who goes for that, and when one surrenders absolutely, then absolute bliss happens immediately. No time. It doesn't take any time, but it must happen absolutely. There is no 0.1, 2, 3, 4%. Either it is totality or not in totality. As soon as it happens in totality, that is this immediate path of realization. One merges into totality and starts enjoying the totality. And one flows with the flow, and every moment then happens yati nam brahma bhavati sarthi, as the God becomes charioteer. Everything in life, it becomes so beautiful, it becomes so spontaneous, even there is no pain or gain or accomplishment or losing, nothing. In the process of bhakti, one can see that a person is in pain, the person is in agony, the person is in, fluctuations, a person is deprived of that thing, or the person is this or that. But the one who is enjoying bhakti becomes or transcends all the relative values. And as soon as bhakti happens, and one goes beyond relativity, and that is very beautiful path. That is the path with perfect bliss, eternal bliss. One starts enjoying life every moment, because whatever happens in one's life, the person enjoys it as the prasadam, as the gift from the God, or the gift from the East, or the gift from the totality, that Brahma. So the bhakti marg is the mark of enjoying the life, absolutely enjoying the life. Whereas in Gyan marg, the enjoyment is secondary, and evaluating and understanding every moment, that is important. So the thing is that ultimate goal of all the paths is to gain totality. And what is the result of gaining totality? That is absolutely being in tuned with that totality to become in bliss. So, in Gyan marg, one uses initial time not in enjoying, but not trying to understand, trying to analyze, trying to evaluate. So, the bhakti marg doesn't waste a single moment in that. Bhakti marg, immediately as one indulges into bhakti, merges into bhakti, immediately it starts happening that she enjoys, the totality. So, bhakti marg is marg or path of absolute bliss within no time. So, one starts enjoying the results of there are so many paths, no? Ultimate goal of every path is something. And in other paths, maybe it takes little longer. But in Bhakti Marg, it is not longer. Immediately things starts happening. The result of all the paths in the Bhakti Marg, gaining result, the shortest time, it happens in Bhakti Marg only. Because as soon as one merges into that, immediately it starts happening, one enjoys the Brahma. one enjoys that totality, one starts enjoying the consciousness, where from everybody came. So Bhakti Marg is the shortest or pathless path to start enjoying the totality. So one is always in the bliss, without, or one transcends a relativity and starts enjoying every moment of life. So Bhakti Marg is something beautiful, very lovely, very sweet. One starts enjoying every moment, because then it is not in relative value. Then it is not good or bad, or happiness or sorrow or agony or stress or this or that. No. Whatever is given by the nature, the same is blessings. Every bhakt takes everything as blessings. So one starts enjoying every moment, and that is something beautiful. So this is extraordinary advantage, advantage of bhakti, advantage of Bhakti Marg, that one starts enjoying the life, every moment, every bit of everything in a perfect blissful manner. And that is something beautiful. And one can enjoy only by experiencing that, because that is not the marg of intellect, so that one can analyze, one can compare. So that is the marg where one only can realize when experiencing it. So that is the beautiful aspect of Bhakti Marg. So this is, if we try to evaluate Gyan Marg versus Bhakti Marg, there is no comparison. One is for different people who are having different temperament. Nobody is good or bad or right or wrong, but that is the tendency. And that tendencies are given by nature itself, Everybody has a different horoscope, different planetary positions, different chemical secretions in their body. So everybody has a different attitude, different approach, different emotional, intellectual understanding of totality. But the qualities of different paths are different. So if one tries to enjoy right from the first step, Bhakti Marg is there to start enjoying every bit of life. So whatever span of your life is, you start enjoying every moment and life become bliss. That is the beauty of Bhakti Marg.